Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today we're going to focus on the vocabulary words and sight words and pictures for first grade journeys, lesson 14. And our anchor text is The Big Race. So for this lesson, we're going to turn and talk. That means I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to think about your answer. Then you're going to pair up with a partner at home, or you can be my virtual partner, and then you're going to share out your answer in a complete sentence or sentences. So for this lesson, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper or journal page. Then you're going to write your numbers 1 to 10. So if you need to, push pause, get your pencil and paper, and write your numbers 1 to 10. And when you're finished, push play. Because after you write all of your 10 vocabulary and sight words, at the end of the lesson, you're going to write your words another 1 to 2 times. And in the third column, you can either write the word a third time or draw a quick picture or sketch. So here's our learning targets. I can use pictures and context clues to help me understand important words from the story, The Big Race. Our next learning target is I can have a conversation with a partner about the vocabulary words and pictures. Success criteria. That means how will you know you're successful at using pictures and context clues to help you understand important words from the story? And how will you know you're successful about talking and having a conversation about the vocabulary words and pictures? Well, here are our steps to success. Number 1, I will look closely at each pair of pictures. Number 2, I will say what I notice or see. How are the pictures the same or similar? And that's where we turn and talk. Number 3, I will read each word and its definition. And 4, I will write each word 2 to 3 times and draw a picture for each. So let's go over our turn and talk rules. Number 1, eye to eye and knee to knee. If you have a partner at home, you are always facing the partner when you're talking and listening. Number 2, first one person talks, then the other person listens. 3, then the next person talks, the other person listens. But do not talk too long on your turn or your partner will not have time to have a turn. I'm going to ask the same questions for each pair of pictures. What do you notice or see? And you can say, I notice or I see. And how are they both the same or similar? They both. All right. If you have a partner, you can also say, I agree. I agree with you because, and tell them why or tell me why. Or I disagree. I disagree with you because, and say why. So here's our first pair of pictures. What do you notice or see? So you're going to say, I notice or I see. Well, I notice in the first picture, I notice a dice with 2 dots. In the second picture, I notice a number 2, and that picture's holding up 2 fingers. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show the number 2. So you need to write 2, T-W-O, for number 1. Write 2, T-W-O. Two is a number. Most animals have two eyes. You can have a pair of or two shoes. So, a synonym or a word that means the same is pair. So, if you have a pair of something, that means you have two. Two desert lizards are sitting on the rock. Two desert lizards are sitting on the rock. How do I use it? Two bears played in the snow. What things do you have two of in your house? Two. So make sure you wrote the number two, TWO. All right, next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice an arrow is going into a box. It's pointing into, and it looks like a duck is diving into a bunch of money. I, I think that's Scrooge McDuck is diving into a bunch of money. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show into. So, for number two, you need to write into. 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 Into means to go inside something. Into means to go inside something. A synonym or a word that means the same could be inside. The bird flew into the big cactus. The bird flew into the big cactus. You could also say the bird flew inside of the big cactus. How do I use it? Let's go into the movie theater now. Would you like to go into a barn to feed the animals? Into. Next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a dice head with three dots. In the second picture, I notice the number three and it is holding up three fingers. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both. Well, they both show three. THREE. So make sure you write three for number three. 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 Three is a number. Three is a number that is one more than two. A synonym or a word that means the same is triple, or the prefix tri, like a tricycle has three wheels. Tri means three, and triple means three. I want a triple scoop of ice cream. Triple, triple, and tri mean three. There are three birds resting in the sun. Three, so make sure you wrote three. How do I use it? Mr. and Mrs. Wellington have three sons. What are some fun things you have done three or more times? All right, next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice. Well, in the first picture, I notice a hiker that's just beginning their hike or journey. In the second picture, I notice a bunch of people at the starting line of a race. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show starts. So, for number four, write the word starts. 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 Starts means to begin. So just like the hiker starts his or her journey, and the runners start the race. Start or starts. Synonym could be begins. Begins means the same thing. The desert starts to cool down at sunset. Or you could say the desert begins to cool down at sunset. How do I use it? He starts his homework after a snack. What do you do when a new season starts? Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a lamb jumping over a fence. And it looks like in the second picture, a cow is jumping over the moon. I think from the nursery rhyme, Hey Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. So, how are these two pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show over. 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 Over means that someone or something gets to the other side of something. Above. A synonym could be above. The cow is above the moon. The sheep is above the fence. A hawk flew over the tall rocks. A hawk flew over the tall rocks. You could also say a hawk flew above the tall rocks. How do I use it? Up the plane flew over the ocean. He tripped over the stick and fell down. Do birds fly over your school? Over. Next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice. Well, in the first picture, I notice four dots on the head of a dice. And in the second picture, I notice the number four, and the number four is holding up four fingers. So, how are these the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show the number four. So, write four. 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 Four is a number. A dog has four legs. A quad bike or ATV has four wheels. So there's a quad or ATV. A synonym could be quad. Quad. Quad means four. Just like there are four wheels on a quad motorcycle or bike. Quad or four. All four legs of this fox are strong. All four legs of this fox are strong. How do I use it? Four boys played ball outdoors. What did you like about being 4 years old? Four. Next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a 10 frame and 5 of the spots are filled with dots. In the second picture, I notice 5 fingers on a hand and it has the number 5. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both Well, they both show the number 5. Five. 5. Five. 5 is a number. People have 5 fingers on each hand. Penta equals 5. So there's a pentagon shape because it has 5 sides, pentagon. So a synonym for 5 could be, oh, and I didn't write it, I'm sorry, penta. You shouldn't say pass along, it should say penta because penta means 5. This desert flower has 5 red spots. How do I use it? 5 children went to pick apples. Would you like to have only 5 students in your class? Why or why not? So make sure you wrote the word 5 for number 7. Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a girl is sitting down watching TV. In the second picture, I notice a cartoon character is looking through binoculars. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both Well, they both show watch. So for number 8, write the word watch. 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 Watch means to look at. Watch means to look at. So a synonym or a word that means the same could be look. The rabbits watch and listen for danger. The rabbits watch and listen for danger. You could also say the rabbits look and listen for danger. How do I use it? Watch the waves. Would you rather play a game or watch other children play? Why? Next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a person is running fast or quickly because I see lines that show it they're going fast with the timer. In the second picture, I notice a rabbit is running against a turtle who has a rocket on the back. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both Well, they both show pace, 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 Pace. So for number 9, make sure you wrote the word pace. Your pace is how fast you are going. Your pace is how fast you are going. Pace. A synonym or a word that means the same could be tempo or speed. Tempo or speed. Red Lizard ran at a quick pace. Red lizard ran at a quick pace. So you could also say red lizard ran at a quick speed or quick tempo. So does a roadrunner move at a quick or slow pace? Does a roadrunner move at a quick or slow speed or quick or slow tempo? Those all mean the same thing, pace. Last group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice SpongeBob looks like he's getting excited about something. He can't wait for something because he's holding his hands next to his side in an excited way and has a big smile on his face. And in the second picture, I notice a man is going to feed his dog, and the dog is so excited. He can hardly wait. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both, well, they both show anticipate. This is a big word, so make sure you write it. Anticipate. 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 When you anticipate something, you look forward to it or expect it. You're expecting something. When you anticipate something, you look forward to it. So, an synonym or a word that means the same could be expect. So, the animals anticipate running in the race and winning the big cake. The animals anticipate running in the race and winning the big cake. You could also say the animals expect to run in the race and win the big cake, or they look forward to running in the race and winning the big cake. So, what is something that you anticipate doing this year? Anticipate. What do you look forward to or what do you expect to do? Anticipate. All right, it is now time to check your work. This is a good time to make sure you have all your words written down. Number one, two. Two is a number. Most animals have two eyes. You can have a pair of or two shoes. Number two is into. Into means to go inside something. Into. Number three, three. Three is a number. Three is a number that is one more than two. Try or triple. And there's a tricycle because a tricycle is a bike with three wheels. Number four, starts. Starts means to begin. Starts. Number five, over. Over means that someone or something gets to the other side of something. Above. Over. So this is a good time to make sure you have all five words, 1 through 5. So push pause if you need to. Make sure you have all of the 5 words spelled correctly and in the correct order. And when you're finished, push play. This is also a good time, if you want to draw a quick picture or sketch for each. Number 6, 4. 4 is a number. A dog has 4 legs. A quad bike has four wheels. Or a quad is short for quad bike or ATV. Four. Number seven, five. Five is a number. People have five fingers on each hand. Five. Penta also means five because a pentagon or shape has five sides. Penta, five. Number eight, watch. Watch means to look at. Watch. Number nine, pace. Your pace is how fast you are going, tempo or speed. Pace. Number 10, anticipate. Anticipate. When you anticipate something, you look forward to it or expect it. Anticipate. So, this is a good time to make sure you have all words 6 through 10. You can push pause, make sure you've written all of these words. You can also draw a quick picture or sketch for each. And when you are finished, push play. All right, let's reflect on our learning target. I can use pictures and context clues to help me understand important words from the story, The Big Race. How do you think you did reaching that learning target? Would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I easily said how each pair of pictures were the same or similar. Or would you give yourself a 3? I was able to say how most of the picture pairs were the same. Or would you give yourself a 2? I was able to say how some of the picture pairs were the same. Or would you give yourself a 1? I was not able to say how any of the picture pairs were the same. How do you think you did? On the top of your paper, write your reflection. 4, 3, 2, or 1. Now, we're at the end of our lesson. It's your challenge. You should have written all 10 vocabulary and sight words. Now you can get your crayons or your pencil to rainbow write, or just write your words one more time or two more times. Or in the third column, you could draw a quick picture or sketch for each of the 10 words. That is your challenge. All right, boys and girls, thank you for reviewing the vocabulary and sight words with me. Have a great day.